Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hope you've got yourselves a nice warm beverage. I got me some coffee. We're ready to get to work. We're going to do stuff. Because, listen, I've been out gathering all kinds of stuff. Mostly sandstone and dirt and things. Take a quick little nap real quick before we leave this building. So that we can build up the platform that's going to house our city on top of. Up here. Next to our storage room. And I've almost broken like 3 or 4 shovels and a couple pickaxes in the process of doing all this. And every time I have to go to the skeleton grinder and mend them all up, which is fine. That thing has done really good stuff for us. And let me show you. I have so many empty shulker boxes now. It's done great things. It's worked really well. But I think we've just about outgrown it because I'm tired. When you get a bunch of stuff going, look at all these empty shulker boxes. It spilled up over into here, and I've used them. I've already filled them up all back up. But anyway, as I was saying, it takes a long time to mend everything back up in that skeleton grinder. So if only Minecraft had a better way to do that. They do. We're gonna go. I want to build up an ender. Get us some legit XP going finally in this world before we start doing more big projects like this, because you know that's the bottleneck at this point is mending the tools and stuff. So let's head out to the end and see what we got going on. Okay, and we only have the one gateway open because we've only fought the dragon one time. So before we do anything fun on this end island here, we'll want to go and kill the dragon as many times as we can, just so we don't have to worry about it getting rebuilt every time. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Hold on. As I was saying, we're going to do ender probably off of this side over here. This seems to be the most logical spot for it. Right, starting right there. And these things are really simple to build. I've just never built one in survival before, because the only time I've ever used one was in a single or multiplayer server, and somebody always builds it up for you, and it just appears one day and then you have them. So I've never actually built one, but they seem pretty easy. I don't want it to just look like an ender though. We need to make it look like something cool. What I'm thinking is, you guys are familiar with the theory on the ancient builders. What I'm thinking is, what if the ancient builders, let's run on that, because our world here has kind of a questionable timeline. Is it old? Is it new? Was there civilization before? Is this a new civilization? We're not quite sure. So we're gonna lean into the ancient builder theory there in the end. And I want to do like an old ancient, like a tower with like a cityscape, or like an attempted base, kind of an area on top. And that's where the spawning platform will be, that gets abandoned or whatnot because it just gets overrun by Endermen. And then the whole place is just kind of crumbling a little bit from time and disuse. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I need to play around a little bit, figure out exactly what that looks like. I can kind of get an idea in my head. So I'm going to start kind of playing around with some blocks real quick, get us a block palette set up, and then we can head out there and start building ourselves an XP farm that will last us. That's what we're going to do. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, and I've got some blocks together, and I also put together a super detailed, very detailed, excellent rendering of what's in my brain. It's hopefully on screen right now. As you can see, it's gonna be like a tall monolith kind of a thing with a platform up top. That's where the town was gonna be, and there's gonna be like a lot of greenery and whatnot crawling down the sides, and water flowing over the edge and that sort of thing. And it's just gonna be real old looking and run down. And as you can see, I'm standing there with all my XP coming around me, and I'm super happy about it. It was, as you can see, it was super detailed. And I'm sure all of you are super jealous of my art skills and wish you could be just like me, but you can't. I'm sorry. So here's the block rendering, or the block palette that I've put together. It's super basic. because I'm thinking, what do they have in their pockets as they get through the end portal and then found themselves trapped? Well, obviously they're going to have stone and things from the stronghold area. So we have the stone and whatnot, and probably some dirt, and they figured out how to turn it into mud at this point and into bricks. And then possibly some leaves. Maybe they've grown some trees, and these are the leaves, and then we have some dead leaves from the pale oak, which we're going to put some in there. Some dead wood looking stuff, because it's been there forever. And I went with spruce. I wanted to use pale oak, but it's just too bright. Let's go. I'm going to go spruce because it's kind of a muted wood tone. I need to get some wood in there along with end rods instead of torches because they're in the end. And obviously they were farming up blaze rods on their way to make the Eyes of Ender. So they figured out how to make these on their own. And that's what they're using to light this place up, along with some lanterns that they had carried with them as they were exploring around, trying to find their way to the stronghold. That's the thought. And I purposely picked things that I can make variants out of that can be waterlogged, so we can waterlog all the platforms and whatnot to keep Endermen from teleporting around. Because according to all the wikis I've read, that will prevent them from teleporting. There's mixed reports. We're going to find out. But according to the wiki, an Enderman will not teleport to a waterlogged block. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I have some stuff to gather up. I have quite a bit of some of this stuff already, but I'm short on this and leaves and whatnot. I also need to get some course plants growing so I can, or at least harvest a whole bunch out in the end so I can make a bunch of end rods. So I'm going to get busy gathering all that stuff up. And for you guys, it's just going to be a couple seconds. But till then, I will be right back. Okay, real quick, I popped into my creative world. Went to the end, and I've set up some science. We're going to do some science. I just want to double check if these guys will teleport to a waterlogged block or not, because I know it says they won't, but I just want to double check and make sure. So I've set up this little platform here. This is like a bridge with all these leaves are waterlogged, and these are waterlogged as well next to it, and they basically have nowhere to go except somewhere or nowhere. So we can double check this. I put some in here. They're gonna make a whole bunch of noise, and we're gonna see what happens. Are they teleporting anywhere? Now, what happens if I put something somewhere that they can teleport to? Do any of them try? Let's try it one more time. There we go. That guy jetted straight out over into here. Hasn't chosen any other blocks. What about the rest of you guys? So they would rather die in the water than teleport to the waterlogged leaves. That's a good sign. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed to know. Okay, and I think I have just about everything that I'm gonna need to get started on this build. Hopefully. It's a lot of shulkers, but we can unload them easily now. It's awesome. And I'm bringing a happy ghast with me that I need to grow up and keep housed somewhere out there, because I think that's going to be really handy while building over the void. So I'm going to gather all this stuff up, and I'll meet you out in the end. All right, and this guy is finally grown up. That takes forever if you forget to bring snowballs with you. But anyway, he's ready to go. He's docked and shouldn't be able to get out. I got him tied up, so just in case. But anyway, so I've decided to go straight that way from the spawn platform. So this is just in case I have died, lost everything. It's very easy to get to. I don't have to do anything but spawn into here, run straight over this way. So now I just need to make a way down to the bottom of the world. To do that, and use some lava. And now we wait. We wait for them to get to the bottom of the world. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going down any lower than that. So that step is good to go. There we go. That works. Okay, and now I just have to dig my way down and build me a couple little columns, because I want to build a way down and a way up. And this could be a bubble column and a water drop. Basically how that works. So as I dig down one, I'm going to fill in space around it and make one tube, and then I'll dig down the other one, finish up the other space around it, and then at the bottom, Make platform. Okay, those tubes are in. We got bubble column coming up and water drop going down. And I've got the start of my pathway. And as you can see, I'm using solid blocks down here, which is a little counterintuitive, but trust the process. I have a plan. I got to build this thing from the top down, which is going to be fun. But I've got these set 2.5 blocks above this, which means Enderman can't spawn here because it's not full 3 blocks, and they won't teleport here because it's not full 3 blocks. I've tested this. Tested it extensively in my creative place. Anyway, I got all my stuff packed up in my pockets. I'm going to get set up here, and I got to travel out 128 blocks that way and start building. So this is gonna be a bit of a project. It's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna throw on some YouTube and just start building. See you guys in just a bit. Let's get to work.
Access granted.
Man, leave it up to me to turn a simple little project into a whole big project. But that's what we do around here. And that should do it. Got a bunch of stuff here. Time to head back out to the end and see what we got going on. You guys want to see something cool? I haven't shown you guys the stronghold in quite a long time. I think since we found the end. But do I know where all this stone's coming from? It used to be here. This used to be a stronghold. And it's gone now. It's where a lot of the bricks and the stone and all that fun stuff's come from. And then I started running out of, come on, let me up. Ran out of stuff. Hold on. I started mining down from the top. Eventually this could be a giant pit. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, or how we're going to work that into the things. But right now, it's a giant pit in the hole, or hole in the ground. But it works. Grab some more of this andesite. Let's hope to get here before it all despawned, but nope. So, as I was saying, pop up in here, we can see our monolith. It's looking a little rough, or a little... Okay, yes, it looks like something that a 12-year-old would do in 2013 and try to tell their friends it was the most epic thing they've ever seen. But right now, it's just the beginning. This is just the basic pattern. It's the rough sketch. It's the base coat. Now we got to go through and add in all the shading and texturing. And I think I kind of I might round these corners out to match this peak here just a little bit. Just to kind of round it off so it doesn't have the sharp edges on the sides. But So here's the plan. Here's what we're doing. Let's see if I can land up here. That'll work. One, not the biggest fan of this, the top of this walkway. The leaves, once you get the water in them, they change colors. I don't like that so much. So I'm going to just take the leaves out of the top thing, and that'll make the water cascade across the top. I think that'll look better. So I also plan on having water flowing down the center spot, so you can kind of see through it, but kind of can't. So that water's going to go down there, and it's going to be cascading over this way. And that'll tie all that together. And like I said, I kind of want to round off the edges. I might even round off the bottom just a little bit to kind of make this a little round, a little softer to the eye. And then we'll put in some shading in the dark spots and spots where water has flown. And then we'll start adding in some greenery coming down. And it's going to look cool. You got to trust the process. Trust the process. But I got a bunch of stuff here for the shading. And we're going to get our gassed out. And we're going to get started on that. So let me get my stuff settled. And we'll get to work. Okay, that already makes a huge difference. I just rounded out the corners and rounded out the bottom. So it's got a softer shape to it. It's not as harsh on the edges. And I haven't even started shading yet. So I've got a bunch of stuff in my inventory here. Kind of a light to dark type situation. And right around the edges, the corners, and kind of up here, I'm going to have a lot of drippy lines where the water and corrosion or whatnot has really kind of taken its toll over the years. We don't know how many years. And just kind of shape this up, shade it out, make it look old, make it look monolith instead of mono-nope. This is going to be mono-yes. That's a thing now. I said that. You heard me. It's a thing. It's a word. That's what we're going to do. So let me get started, and I'll bring in at some point when I remember to do so. But I'm just gonna work on this, and you guys will see it. So I'll be right back. Yes. Perfection. So as we come down, you can see we have our tunnel. And no, I don't have a way to fly into this place, but I can fly down the tunnel. And that was because I couldn't find a good way to really make a flyable entrance. And I want to make a new rule for our world. I think everything should be accessible by foot or other means of transportation other than flying, as well as flying. I like having destinations, places to go, and ways to get there. And this is a nice little pathway tunnel. It kind of tells a story. They built this out to this monolith that was hanging in the distance and tried to make a home, but it got overrun, and then they abandoned it. And we have no idea what happened to them or how long ago that even was. But as you can see, this thing works amazing. And your mom's not looking too good, so let's mend that hoe up and see how long this takes. It's really loud, but it works really fast. Super fast. So much better. Oh, look at all those XP orbs. So nice. And before you ask, yes, of course, I have done the back. I've always done the back. The back and sides are totally done. No need to look. No need to ask questions. The back is done. Trust. So, got my XP farm. We got a new enchanting setup out here because why not? It's the best place to go. And we got this. And then we have our disposal to get rid of excess ender pearls because I'm never going to need that many ender pearls in my entire life. Ever. So, with that is done. Done and done and done. And I went a little extra with it. This could have been a quick and easy project, but it took quite a few days because that was that was much bigger than I originally thought it was going to be when I started. So that's why this video is running a little bit late, but I want to head back home because there's one more thing we need to do before we finish up this episode. And that is read comment from last episode. We used to do this and I totally forgot all about it for the last 2 or 3 videos. I don't remember, but we were reading. I was picking a comment from the previous video and reading it in the next one. And if you guys want to have a comment read, just go ahead and leave them down there below. It's something I usually try to pick something interesting or funny, or a comment that requires kind of a more detailed answer than when you could type into mine or the YouTube bar there. But this one is from Magpie 2220. Yes, hello mate, I'm a content creator myself and would love to know your mindset for these videos. I'm really struggling to find my groove. Okay, first, yes, I acknowledge that was a obvious try to plug your channel on this channel. That's fine. My reach is as far as my thumb can reach, so you go ahead and get yours. But second, my motivation for doing these videos is I just try to have fun. I'm having fun. I literally have, I know this is what I said before, but really it's just about, I'm a genuinely creative person. I like making things. I've always made things, whether it be music or art or like stuff out of, I've done woodworking. I'm always creating stuff, and I really enjoy the process. I enjoy learning and improving, and that's just what I do. And I like playing the game, and anytime I make something in the game, I think, oh man, I should share that with everybody. And I just really enjoy making stuff and then sharing it with you guys. That's just all this is. I've been doing it for almost 6 years now, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And that's literally my motivation. If I'm not having fun, I'm not going to do it. And if I am having fun, I want other people to have fun too. So I share it with them. So I would just say, do what's fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. But if you're having fun doing it, do it. Don't worry about the other stuff like YouTube algorithms and that sort of thing. Or if people are watching the video, and that just do it and have fun doing it. So, and I had a lot of fun this episode making that monstrosity monolith out there in the end, and now we got XP out the wazoo. And if you guys enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, this has been Neely. Bye bye.